Okay. So I guess I ran out of video for that one. So, but I left off with the fashion and the goth scene, and people making things themselves, or they get it from some cool vendor or something like that. But the fashion is really what it definitely sets off the subculture, or sets the subculture aside, or whatever, makes it stand out in comparison to the mainstream or whatever. And the other thing is, and I'll say this too. Hey, I'll just be real. Like, to me, your average person walking down the street, like, they just look boring and average. I know that sounds so mean and condescending, but, it's just like, oh, okay, you're wearing blue jeans and a tank top, or you're wearing shorts and a tank top or something. But when you see the goth scene and people are wearing all kinds of cool stuff, and or a Victorian dress, or like a top hat and like suit and tie and all this other stuff, or they're wearing fishnet stuff and all this cool stuff, it's so cool visually looking. And that's why, when I first got into the scene, I'm like, oh yeah, like they're so cool looking, like I want to look cool like that. So you get to do that every day. Like, hey, like I look cool every day, and I'm, hey, that's my opinion. Other people, the goth scene would be much bigger if everyone thought it was cool like I did. But it's just cool. Like, somebody once described it. They're like, yo, I get to like dress up every day, in a way. Like, it's just, it's cool. It's attractive. I've also seen that where somebody's like, hey, like it's sexy to be goth, and like it definitely is true. Like, it's cool looking and everything like that. So that's what makes the subculture fun to be in and be a part of. So the fashion. So number one, without a doubt, what makes the goth scene and industrial scene and all that good stuff and goth clubs and everything cool is the music. So the music is awesome. I've already said, for me, I got into like industrial metal first, and then kind of went into synth pop, goth rock, and agrotech, and all the other, old school industrial and all that other stuff. So the music. When you go to goth events and goth clubs, you get to hear the music, and if you're in a really cool like multi-DJ'd event, you may have a DJ doing like goth rock and one doing industrial and stuff like that. So you get like a mix of music, and sometimes they'll play. Each one will play like a varied set list. So I know when I've done events or whatever, fake DJ stuff, I'd play kind of all of the above. I'd switch around, like I do like a synth pop, like something like Assemblage 23 or In Strict Confidence, and then go to like Hosico and Tactical Sec, and then after that I would go into Sisters of Mercy or The Awakening and stuff like that, like goth rock stuff. So I'd switch around and make it like a hybrid, so like kind of it touches every little group in the subculture. So, but the music, it's awesome. So that's kind of the pinnacle of the goth events and all that stuff, and kind of what brings people together and all that. And another cool thing is, compared to your standard electronic music and all that, I personally feel like a little bit more thought goes into your industrial and electronic music in the gothic subculture. I feel like people put more thought into it. They put more into their lyrics, into the composition, that kind of sets it aside from just your typical dance music. Because a lot of times they're there to convey either their feelings, or like a history or something, or political view or ideology or something like that, but it's in it, or a faith or something. So there's bands of various viewpoints and positions and all that other stuff, or like a topic they're singing about, and you get to hear all of the above in it, or even just a tale to tell, like a story to tell in the music, and it just makes it exciting and cool to see and listen to, and to read and listen to in the music. So the music is definitely the core aspect. And I've said this before, if it wasn't some of the bands, and I'd say this especially with like synth pop groups, like a band like Ashbury Heights or something like that. If I played that music in like a standard club, I feel like people would actually dig the music itself. But because of the fact that they're associated with like the gothic subculture and like that grouping and stuff like that, people don't give it as much of a chance. Like, I'll never forget at work at my old job way back in the day, I was playing Clan of Zymox, and they're like, yo, this is really good. It's kind of like a Cure meets Depeche Mode type of thing, and they like those groups, and I'm just like, yo, I bet if you saw what these folks look like, you'd be like, whoa, and like, oh, I don't know about that, but it's like, give it a chance, don't judge a book by its cover. Some solid music. So, anywho, that's my tops for the goth clubs and all that cool stuff. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and yeah, till next time.